Hello and welcome once again to Pandora FMS. In today's video, we will learn how to create a local module on Linux with and without remote configuration. No remote configuration. In the enterprise version, it is possible to remotely manage the files of the software agents from the console using the remote configuration that we will see more later on in this video. For those who use the open version or can't or don't want to enable remote configuration on their enterprise agents, we can add modules manually. In this case, we would need either access to the physical device or to a remote connection such as SSH. Local execution modules are defined in the configuration file, by default /etc/pandora/pandora_agent.conf, and their basic general syntax is very similar to HTML tags. In Pandora FMS, we can use the Linux commands and utilities to process the output of commands. Keep in mind that the output of the command is usually not clean, so you have to filter it to give us the value as we need. The agent modules are in blocks at the end of the configuration file, and this is where we will write the new block of the module that we want to add. In this case, we will add a simple ping check module. Let's look in the simple module at the labels that make up the block. Module_begin and module_end. They indicate the start and end of a module. Module_name. To give the module a name, in this case we will call it ping. Module_type. To assign the type of data that we are going to get. Generic Boolean in this case, since I'm interested to know if I have connectivity or not. There are different possible types of data, such as Boolean data, numerical data, or strings. For more information about each type of data, do not hesitate to consult our online documentation. Module_exec to execute system commands and get a value. In this case, we executed ping to 10.33.4.6 and it will tell us if it is available or not, giving 1 or 0 as a result. There are many more optional tags, such as the description or the definition of thresholds, that you can consult in our online documentation and that we will see in future videos. With this, the module would already be created. Now we only need to restart the agent, as always after touching something in the configuration file, with remote configuration. As mentioned before, in the enterprise version you can remotely manage the files of the software agents from the web console. This allows centralized management of all software agents from the Pandora FMS console without physically accessing the systems where they are installed. To create the remote modules from the console, you only need to have the remote_config activated of the agent in the configuration file pandora_agent.conf. as you have already learned in the agent installation videos. Remember, always after touching something in the configuration file, restart the agent with the command /etc/init.d/pandora_agent_daemon restart. Once this is done to create the local modules, we will go in the web console to Resources, Manage Agents, and click on Modules for the agent you want to configure. Select the type and click on Create. You can create a series of predefined modules such as CPU load, free memory, free disk, etc. or create modules manually using the manual setup option, knowing that their basic general syntax is the same as I explained in the previous section. In this case, we will add a simple module, CPU load. Once the module is defined, we can check if the syntax is correct with the check option. Module_begin and module_end, they indicate the start and end of a module. Module_name. To name the module, in this case we will call it CPU free. Module_type. It is used to assign the type of data that we are going to get, generic in this case. Module_exec. It is used to execute system commands and get a value. In this case we execute a vmstat cleaning the result. Module_description. It is used to add a description to the module Here we can add whatever we want. The best would be a brief description of what the module does. Note that this command block information will only be visible if we are in the enterprise version and have the remote agent configuration enabled. After this, you have to click Create and wait for the next interval to see the results. In this case, I will restart the agent to force its execution manually and see the results. As you can see, integrating a local module on Linux with Pandora FMS with or without remote configuration is extremely simple. Remember that once remote configuration is enabled, changes that are made directly to the configuration file have no effect, as changes to the console are prioritized. And so far today's video. Go like and subscribe so you don't miss all the news about Pandora FMS.